Man has just walked past the camera, pacing up and down. That's webcam 3 above the settling tanks. And moving on to webcam 4. There it is, the switch room. And Issy in St Neots says a young girl is stood in between a man and a lady, and they're all wearing black. Thank you for that sighting, Issy. And Darren in Paignton says there seems to be two black figures standing by the railing, looking down below, and one of them seems to be pointing at someone or something. There's also an orb that seems to be going along the back wall from side to side very slowly. That is webcam 4. Now, if you want to look at those webcams and the interactive map and get in touch, go to mosthauntedlive.net, and of course you can text your messages. Text the word screen, then a space, then your message to 80889. The text costs 50p plus one standard rate message. Your Twitter messages coming in. This is from Ducky. I reckon that the thunderstorm was to show you that something is not welcoming you to the old waterworks this evening. Very spooky. Get in touch via twitter.com/realmosthaunted. As ever, we're running a great competition and we have some fantastic prizes to give away. One lucky winner will win LNX Cube 3 all-in-one entertainment system with loads of features, including a 7-inch digital TV, iPod dock, CD player, radio and DVD player. Plus, we're giving away DVDs of Most Haunted Live Volumes 1 to 7 to watch on your Cube. And that's not all. The winner will also receive a Ghost Hunt experience for 2, courtesy of Virgin Experience Days, a year's membership of the Living VIP Club, including free gifts and shopping discounts, and tickets to the next Most Haunted Live UK event. Now, 5 runners-up will receive a pair of tickets for the next Most Haunted Live UK event as well. So for your chance to win, simply answer this question. What does EVP stand for? Is it 1, electronic voice phenomenon, 2, eccentric vocal people, or 3, erratic verbal psychics? If you know the answer, call me now. Here's the number, 09012 933 666. That's 09012 933 666. Calls cost £1 from a BT landline. Calls from other networks may be higher, and from mobiles considerably more. Only over 18s, please, can enter, and remember to seek the bill payer's permission before calling. The competition closes at 10 a.m. on Monday the 5th of April. Entries made after closing time will not be counted, but may still be charged. And the competition is not open to viewers in the Republic of Ireland. For more information, please visit our website, mosthauntedlive.net.
Thank you, Julian. Thank you for your input so far. It's already been a very interesting night because the investigation has already begun. Stuart and Chris are walking point through the supernatural terrain that lurks in the dark here at the old waterworks in Prague. Here's what they've encountered so far.
Hello? Hear that echo? Hello? Is there anyone out there? Any spirits that want to come and play with us? Maybe talk to us? Come and show yourselves. There are 2 male figures standing on the stairs. Let yourself be known. Come and touch us. Do something for us. If you wish us to leave, show us a sign. If you want us to stay here, we'll stay. But if possible, let us know what you want us to do and we'll do it.
What was that?
That sounded like a bell or something.
That was just like
like a ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
That was like a bell.
I heard it.
Like a church bell.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounded like. Was that you ringing? It wasn't a bell, Chris.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what's beneath us. We're in an old sewage plant. We're in a switch room, so I can only presume there's a big reservoir somewhere beneath.
Oh, look, that. That's me.
It wasn't that, was it? It was more distant than that.
If there is anyone here, could you please repeat that noise?
That came from down there, Stu.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm not going down there.
A very interesting beginning. More from Stuart and Chris a little later. And don't forget, Yvette Fielding and Carl Beattie also join the vigil just after 9 o'clock. But first, let's say good evening and welcome to our academic and historian, the wonderful Leslie Smith. Leslie, what are your favourite places in Prague?
Too many, aren't there? But I think Charles Bridge, I'm prepared to be a tourist like everyone else, and no wonder people have loved it. It's just breathtaking. The river's gorgeous, so many wonderful things here.
We also had fantastic weather yesterday and today. Tonight, though, the heavens have opened, a thunderstorm the like of which I've never seen.
We couldn't pay for it, could we? It's like an incredible film set off a horror film. Not only is the place kind of overwhelming, we've got flipping thunder and lightning clapping around, so yes, it's fabulous.
And we're surrounded by history everywhere. I mean, this place is getting on for 100 years old. The work started more than 100 years ago. Great writers are here. Do you think 4 days is enough to do this city practical justice?
No, you've got to move in, I think, really, to get a real... I mean, I'm desperate to get to the Rudolph Library and that sort of thing, but when you come here to this place, you also realise the full force of the brilliance of the Czech people, and you find it everywhere you look.
Now, Carl mentioned earlier when he was speaking to Julian about how people were frightened to be on their own in this place, and this does have a rather dark and tragic history, this ancient waterworks.
It does. It cost an absolute fortune. There was a bit of a scandal over it, and people tried to keep that kind of quiet politically. Although,
I mean, we're talking in the money of the time billions of pounds.
Well, we're talking about 15.5 million crowns, which is the equivalent of 25 billion crowns now. So I did a bit of maths earlier with a bit of help, and so then you realise. Now, what was happening was people were coming and working here, and there's no doubt there were deaths. A lot of them. It was a huge project. You see all these bricks and everything.
They kept that scandal
quiet.
quiet.
And they kept it quiet. And the families say, you know, where's so-and-so? Oh, well, he left the works, but he hadn't come home. And there are thousands of people working here. And some families said they could see the faces coming out of the brickwork here of the people they'd lost. This is something that you find people talking about with horror about this place. A lot of deaths. A huge project, building project, will have.
And finally, very quickly, what are your thoughts on last night's investigation at the Old Town Hall?
It was the odd noise, I think, was really bizarre. And the other thing, which I was very aware of in my little den, was this sensation of something closing in on us. I was glad to get out of there. It was quite suffocating at times.
And this is something different for us, because we are following the investigation team around. Normally we have one quite safe and sanitised location. We're here with them tonight.
I know, and in fact we get it, don't we? You virtually get the full force of it. I mean, although we haven't been charging down the tunnels, and that's something they'll be suffering later, you can't help but be aware. It's ominous. It's a very, very odd building.
Certainly now tonight, now the storm was broken, we can hear a bit of rain outside. It's almost like a special effect. A horror film would envy this place.
They would. And also, there's kind of something really frightening about great big bricks of machinery, because it makes you feel very vulnerable and of course, kill you. Absolutely. Look around, you realise some of these things are not only brilliant, but they can kill you as well.
Thank you very much for the moment, Leslie Smith. OK, we do want to hear from you. Remember, you can be our eyes and ears. The webcams are up and running. We value your input. Stuart and Chris have already begun tonight's investigation. After this break, I'm going to be speaking to Carl Beattie and to Matt for more of their experiences last night and what they sense about tonight's investigation. We're back after this Most Haunted Live, Night 2 in Prague. Keep watching. Welcome back to Most Haunted Live, the second night of a 4-night investigation into the magnificent but mysterious city of Prague. And tonight's location is truly spectacular. It's the old waterworks that serviced that wonderful city. It opened around 1915, 1916. Its construction and working here claimed untold lives, and our vigil here tonight has already begun. Treading that path through the dark, Stuart and Chris. Let's catch up with them.
Okay, let's ask it again then. If there are any more spirits here with us, did you hear that, Chris?
Yeah, I got it.
The camera picked that up.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, right. Obviously, there's someone with us now. You see, Chris, the good thing is about this.
Yeah.
It's not kicking off to a point where we're jumping around and screaming and shouting. It seems quite refined, doesn't it? It seems
It seems very
holding back.
Well, what we need to get...
But we're still getting bits and pieces. We're still hearing things happen, you know.
Do you know what I'd suggest then?
What?
Why don't we try and get some controlled response then? So they were asking for bangs and
No, we've got the bags.
So Stuart and Chris will soon be joined by Carl Beattie, Yvette Fielding and Dr Kieran O'Keefe and the rest of the team. But Carl is here with us, with Matt. Welcome back, both of you. Matt, last night, fascinating, because they stuck you down that old well like an oubliette, like a prison, and you were there on your own with no